You seem to still be up there somewhere.
Maybe I am. There are flying saucers.
Supposing they're Martians or something in there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Weird Wednesday. I'm itsasherz and this is
Cassie.
Cassie. How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. It was pretty laid back. Hold on, sorry. As I'm dying, my allergies are really bad, and we were out of Zyrtec, so you get the coughs and the sniffles.
Tums doesn't help with that.
No, not Tums. That's not me. I don't have indigestion, upset stomach, or diarrhea. But so pretty laid back weekend. Sad. Okay, not laid back. I lied. I completely forgot about what I did this weekend. Wow. So the boys are 16, right? I have 16-year-old twins. What do you get 16-year-old twins for Easter? You don't get them an Easter basket because we don't have little kids. They know the Easter bunny's like, sorry, cover the kids' ears. Like, not real. But so they were sharing a bedroom for the last 16 years. And they don't want to do that because Hunter doesn't want to hear John on the phone talking to guys all night. And John doesn't want to hear Hunter on the phone talking to girls all night. So Hunter's been sleeping on the couch for like 2 years. I made them their own bedrooms this weekend. So I have been painting walls and decorating and moving furniture and all by myself. And I did that in 2 days.
Wow.
And then I go and I picked up John yesterday because they're on spring break this week. So John's with me. Hunter didn't want to come because, like, he's not cool. He's too cool for his mom now. He's with his friends. And yeah, so John's here with me being bored like crazy because there's nothing to do out here. And I got my hair done today for the first time in 37 years. I've never been anywhere to get my hair done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the first time. Like, I made a big girl move. I made a boss move today. And shout out to the best stylist ever, Xavier at Ulta, because he actually put color in my hair. And I've never been able to get color to stay in my hair since I started taking this thyroid medicine. And he did it. And it looks beautiful. It's purple. And yeah, that was it. That was my weekend. I didn't really have an Easter yet because Brandon's mom had surgery on a rotator cuff, so she can't cook. So we're having Easter on Thursday at some restaurant.
That's okay. That counts.
Yeah. How was yours?
You know, it's been pretty uneventful around here still. I've been getting over some medical issues, but I'm actually feeling better than I felt in a while. So
good.
I'm definitely on the upswing. It's just a slow recovery, so I'm getting there. But we did the Easter thing. We did family Easter on Saturday, and then we did at home Easter on Sunday, which means that we pretty much just did a bunch of nothing, which was very much needed for me. I mean, even though I'm not talking about all the things that I'm doing all the time, and I'm always like, oh yeah, nothing crazy is going on. There's always something going on. I'm never not doing anything. It's just not anything that you guys care to hear about.
Right.
So,
unlike me, I'll tell you exactly what I did all weekend long. Ask me what time, I'll let you know.
It's been pretty uneventful. I did start. I'm not supposed to be doing extra stuff, but
You're not until June.
I started working on something, and I need to not do it. But I want to. I'm excited to get it done, and I'm not. I'm remiss to tell you guys anything about what it is because then you're gonna hold me to it. But I already said it probably on the biggest stage that I'll ever be on in my entire life. I started working on the Mothman book.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? You're not supposed to be doing this. You're busy right now with your life. Put it the fuck away and go play some video games or something. And so that's what I did. I treated myself.
Good.
But the weather's getting nicer. You know, you and I were talking right before this about, you know, kind of all the rain and stuff that we had. And, you know, anytime, whenever I do have time to go out and do anything, either it's raining or it's too cold.
Right.
So
Hopefully that goes away soon.
maybe this weekend, yeah, I really, really need to get out into some trees and stuff. Like I got some horrible cabin fever and I need some outside time to scratch that itch. I can't just like go out to somebody's house, you know, or what, like I need to go outside.
Right.
So I'm hoping that that I'll get there and not too much outside because I'm still recovering, but you know, I got to start somewhere. So
Yeah. Take it slow.
but yeah, pretty much that's man, that's pretty much it. And then I researched the hell out of this episode because there was actually a lot more to it. I mean, there's like a surface level of like here's the story, and then there's like here's all this, and
Right.
so I watched so much and I listened to so much and watched so many interviews and you know, it's been a minute. I mean, with the Stanford prison experiment, you know, it's interesting, but when you do stuff like that, or even the Carolina Olsen woman, I mean, when you do stuff like that, it's just all facts.
Yeah.
There's no real investigative research that goes into that at all. So this was kind of the first episode that we've done in this season, I guess we'll say, you know, or whatever you want to call this round of
This year.
shows. Yeah, this year, pretty much, where you know I actually felt like I got to you know investigate a little bit rather than just research, and so it felt nice.
Good.
It felt
Did you
good.
watch anything this weekend? This
No,
week?
well, so my kid is 14.
Mm-hmm.
She is at the age where, you know, we're kind of falling on some common interest, and so we're still kind of figuring those out. But we've been rewatching all of Bob's Burgers
Oh,
because
okay.
she hasn't seen all of it, and I haven't seen all of it either. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
there's like 16 seasons of it. Like
Oh, wow.
it's a really popular and it's a great show. And I've watched, I mean, you know, back when I used to have like cable TV, you know, it was on, I'd watch it, and I thought that I was pretty good about watching all of it, but no, there's a bunch. We're like halfway through it, and I'm like, yeah, we're hitting episodes. I've never seen these, and so I'm like, but it's interesting how that dynamic of like having cable TV and not having it really changes because you know, I guess you know, unless you force yourself to sit down and watch it, why would you?
Right.
You know, and so I realized I'm not really doing a lot of that, right? I'm not really sitting down watching a lot of shows. So we did, I mean, Sunday, we literally watched Bob's Burgers all day long.
Wow, okay. I finally got to watch Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
Really?
Yes. I thought it
Interesting.
was so much better than the first one.
Man,
And I love the first one.
that's
But I think this
interesting.
one with the graphics and stuff, it was scarier. Because that
I
marionette was just creepy.
I think that they definitely need to do a rated R version.
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, so I did see that Poppy's Playtime is getting a horror movie,
Oh,
which
wow.
is yeah, which you know I don't know how familiar you are with it, but it's another
I
one
know
of
what it
those.
is, but I'm not familiar with it.
I mean, yeah, it's another one of those viral. You know, it's viral amongst the kids type of horror game.
Mhm.
It's a horror game, and I was kind of reading that I believe that they will be having an R rating for that one. And I think that's the way to go, man. And I think that Five Nights at Freddy's, I think it shot itself in the foot when it didn't do an R rating. But I get why. It's because it's popular amongst the kids.
Right.
But those kids got parents.
Mhm.
You know, I would take mine to go see the R rated version.
Right. It can't be
No
that
big
bad.
deal. Right. So,
I
no, that's
did love how they had Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich in it.
I really enjoyed that as well. I will say that. Having Skeet Ulrich come and make, you know, his little character, his little cameo, I
Mhm.
was like, wow, it's nice to see him. And then they did find a way to have Matthew Lillard, despite him, spoiler alert, dying in the first movie.
Yeah.
You know, that that was nice that they fit him in, but
Stu
I don't
never
know.
dies, okay?
I just I didn't like it. I didn't like it very much. But I again, I actually played the games. So that's the story that I know, and so it's hard for me to separate the two things and let it be its own
Right.
universe. I will very happily and openly admit that I have a bias, and it's preventing me from really enjoying it. But you know what? I'll keep watching them. They keep making them.
I'm a huge Josh Hutcherson fan too, so I'm gonna like it.
What else has he been in? I don't.
Hunger Games. He's PETA.
Oh, I've never watched Hunger Games.
You've never watched the Hunger Games?
Nope,
Oh my god.
have not. I only watch weird, obscure horror movies. That's it. I was gonna say I live under a rock, but actually,
It's kids killing kids.
I do like that. Well, see, but that's the issue. Like, I'm a huge battle royale fan.
Okay.
So for me, I'm like, that's already been done. I already did it, and the Japanese did it right. So,
Hmm.
have you
I don't
seen
know.
Battle Royale?
No, but I think you'll
Oh.
like Hunger Games.
Oh my gosh! Well, if you like Hunger Games, watch Battle Royale, and then I'll watch Hunger Games, and we'll compare notes.
Okay.
Even though it's not really fair because yours is like one movie, and I have to watch like 10.
No,
But
there's 4.
okay, all right, that's fair. But check out Battle
And
Royale.
there's 2 spinoffs coming, so you're good.
Oh gosh, so I gotta catch up before the spinoffs, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, hopefully by next week I will have seen the new Faces of Death movie because it's coming out this weekend.
Oh, does
So
it come out this
it
weekend?
does. It does.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go watch it. So
I went to see if there was either Scream 7, Ready or Not, or there was another one out. But to see if I can take John to see it tomorrow. But none of them are playing until 10:30 and 11:15 p.m. And that's a no-go because he'll already be back at home and I will be in bed because I work Wednesday morning.
yeah, I'm too old for those late night movies
Yeah.
anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. I mean I gotta really want to see it.
Right. And I'd see Scream 7 in theaters. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
that
go by
one-
myself, but Brandon
do wanna
doesn't like
see
going
it.
to the movies because he's old.
Oh yeah, it's hard when you're old to do anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, we want to go see the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
See, I don't want to see that.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't watch the first one that's on Peacock now either.
Why? It's so good.
I don't know.
It's cute.
I don't know. It just
Check it
doesn't
out.
look like it would interest me.
Oh my gosh. You don't like Mario?
Not really. I was more of a
Wow.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong's in it.
Well, that's cool, but it's not like a Donkey Kong movie.
Would you watch a Donkey Kong movie?
Probably. I
It
liked him
even
in
has-
Pixels.
It even has Funky Kong. Funky Kong is even in it. Like,
Really?
yes. They got all the Kongs are in it.
I'll give it a try.
It's good. Check it out. You'll like it, even for adults. It's a lot of fun. No, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I mean, I find it kind of weird that Jack Black is a children's icon now.
Jack Black is just a people's icon.
He's the people's icon. I'd love to get him on the show. That is my goal, is to get him on this show. I don't know why. I don't know what the fuck we would talk about. I don't think he's into anything weird. But let me tell you, I think me and Jack Black would jive so well together. I think our energies would
Jack
hype each
Black
other up.
is like the professional actor. He can act. He can pretend to be into weird things.
Right. We would
People
figure it out.
believe him.
We would find something for him to
Right.
talk about on the show. But yeah, that's one of my goals. I've been in his Instagram DMs. I'm like, come on my show. We'll have a great time.
Yeah. Keep trying.
But like I said, now he's like a children's icon. So now I'm like, oh fuck, he'll never come on this show now.
He's still Jack Black. He's still in Tenacious D.
That's true. They do still have Tenacious D going on. Because I'm like, the Jack Black I know is like a stoner and he's super inappropriate. And yeah, now he's like, all the kids love him, which is
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
I get it. He's got that energy. I understand.
But he's been
But-
doing kids stuff forever.
He has been doing it for a long time. Yeah, it's just me that doesn't understand exactly how long it's been because I'm old now. So
Well, it's just we've grown up and he's still doing kid stuff. He didn't follow his age group.
yeah, that's true. Didn't grow up with us.
Right.
He aged backwards
Mhm.
for us.
Yeah. Like
But,
we were cool with Nacho Libre and School of Rock, but then like we're in our like mid-30s now, and he's doing Jumanji 3. Like,
Yeah, I'd like to
but
see
he
a
did
new.
just come out with a new Anaconda with Paul Rudd, and that's probably not a kids movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see.
I'm gonna love it because it's Jack Black.
It's Jack Black. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be good. And then there was that one Christmas movie I did not too long ago where a kid wrote to Satan instead of Santa,
Oh
I think.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but
Hail Santa or Hail Satan or something.
something like that.
It was
Yeah,
so good.
or Dear Satan or something. I don't remember. It was. Yeah, I didn't want. I haven't watched it
Yeah,
yet.
Dear
So,
Satan. Yeah, it was good.
but yeah, no, like I said, he's kind of. I would love to see like a second Tenacious D movie,
That would be cool.
like them now as they're older.
Hmm.
I think that would be fun. Anyway, but that was.
Wasn't his brother like? Wasn't Kyle into it's Tenacious D? Wasn't he in the O Town band too? That remember that O Town or was it O Town movie on the MTV?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Listen, I'm getting ready to embarrass myself. It was Together.
Together. Okay, I thought that was a song name, but they did have a song. Hey, together, you and me forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Um yeah. Don't get yeah, it's called Calculus. Don't get me started, damn it. Listen, I was so into Together because they did the movie and then they did the show. This was like prime time boy band time for me. Like I was
Yeah.
13 when this came out.
O
This
Town
like,
was a real boy band that did concerts and stuff.
yep, O-Town was
Okay.
yep, they were a real one. Together was like it was a parody band, but us girls loved it so much they just kept doing it.
Yeah.
They were like for real.
It was
about it.
MTV's parody of the boy bands back then.
Yeah, and it is really.
And there was like 2 movies, wasn't there?
There was only one movie.
Oh, only one?
But then there was a TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so they kept it going. Yeah, their rival band. I can't remember the rival band's name, but their hit song was "Rub One Out."
Yes.
But no, that was not Kyle from Tenacious D. That was Chris Farley's brother.
I knew it was somebody's brother.
I can't remember his fucking name. Oh my god. Chris Farley's brother. It's one of the Farleys, but yeah, it was. But you're right. All those fat guys have that look.
It just looks just like him.
Yeah, they just all have that.
And like the little boy band outfits, like the small stuff he wears in Tenacious D, it just like looks just like him.
Yeah, different guy. You saying all fat white guys look the same? Fat bald white guys? Is that?
No, just that one.
I mean, they all kind of do. It's fine. Like I said, they just got that look about them. But both great characters, both great character actors.
Yeah.
Together, yeah. Don't even. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway,
Blast from the past.
I did not expect to talk about that this week, but for all of our 30-year-old females that listen to the show, I know there's maybe 2 of you, maybe.
Mhm. It's us too.
It's just us, yeah. What did you guys think about Together? Did you listen? What was your favorite song by then? It was probably the breaking up song. The hardest part of breaking up is getting back your stuff. Yeah.
Yep. At least they put the truth in their songs.
Yes, they were 100%. I mean, it was. I did a deep dive. It's crazy because I like recently like fell down the. Like I said, I do stuff, guys. This is one of those things that I do. I did a whole rabbit hole deep dive on this fucking fictional parody band because one of the kid. He's like the youngest one of the group. He has like a baby face. His name's QT.
Yeah.
He was like sick in the show.
Okay.
He was like terminally ill or something. And so I was like, what was up with that? Like, that's super weird to have your fictional character be terminally ill. Like, I don't know. It didn't really fit. And so I was like looking into it. And like, he did have like some super rare disorder or something. And he died from it. And that was like one of the,
wow.
Yeah, it was like one of the biggest reasons why the show ended. It was because, he had died from it. It was, yeah, anyway. Oh my gosh, I don't know why we're talking about this.
So Kevin Farley was the guy.
Kevin Farley. Yep, that's him. Yep. And I think he's dead now too. I'm pretty sure he's also gone. No, Kevin Farley's still alive.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's from Wisconsin.
I feel like this is a Mandela effect. I feel like I remember Kevin Farley dying too.
No, it was his brother Chris.
Well, I know Chris Farley did, but like I feel like it was like, oh, and then we had Kevin for a while, because we lost Chris Farley, and man, he was one of the greats, and we had Kevin for a while, but then he died. Wow, I'm shocked. What's he doing now? What's Kevin Farley doing?
I don't know, good in his DMs.
Right, let's get him on the show. We'll talk about Together. He was their manager.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Anyway,
my gosh, his name, the QT, his name in the show was Jason McKnight too. They definitely
yeah.
like parodied this up. He was
Oh
like the
yeah.
new kid on the block.
Yeah, it was it was all the parody. It was great. Like I said, rub one out. That's a good hit. You should check that out, people. If you
Everybody's like in their 50s and almost 50 now. Except for Kevin Farley, he's 60.
Oh gosh. That's crazy because he seems so much older than them on the show.
He is like,
He's not
so
that much
QT
older.
would have been 41 and Kevin Farley's 60.
Well, okay, I guess that is a good difference.
And then Evan Farmer he's the next oldest. He's 53.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I was like all about. Like I said, I was like, and they were doing tours. I mean, they got really big from that, and it was supposed to just be silly.
Yeah,
And they would, like,
really big.
they like made real music videos of their songs.
Yes.
And yeah. It was like, it was a big thing. It was a really big thing. There's so much stuff that's out there that just people just.
Oh my gosh. You know what the rival band's name was?
What was it?
Whoa.
Oh, of course. They're the rub one out people.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that had gotten made into a full song. It wasn't. It was.
They were
just,
portrayed as the manufactured lip-syncing boy band that fired their manager, Bob Buss, who then created the group Together to compete with them. Rub is
Wow.
featured on the soundtrack with the song Rub One Out.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. Like I said, there's so much stuff. That you just don't even. That just is gone in obscurity. So strange. Anyway, you got some news. You brought some news this
I
week.
did. It was about Together.
My news is that I rubbed one out.
Okay, so another. I'm assuming this is Florida, Palm Bay. I don't know. It's Florida to me.
Okay.
Yeah, Florida. Okay, so a teen kills a pedophile and stuffs his remains in a suitcase.
That's what I was looking for.
Was it really?
It really was. Yes, it was good. See,
19-year-old facing second-degree murder charge after investigators linked him to a human remains discovered in a suitcase dumped in a remote area. So somehow this kid, he's 19 years old, printed off a list of sex offenders. This is what his girlfriend told the police. He doesn't know the people. She doesn't know how he got this guy to his house, but came in, he beat the guy with a baseball bat and then chopped him up and fit his body parts into his suitcase. He wouldn't let the cops in. He wouldn't let the guy's parents in who came looking for him. And this guy was 28 years old who died. I don't know. He must have still lived with his parents, maybe, because he was on the sex offender list. But the parents came and looked for him, knew he was at this guy's house. He would not let them in. So the police found out his girlfriend was going over there. They told her, don't say anything, just see what happens. Like, he won't let anybody in. She falls asleep. He takes her car that night because he doesn't have a car of his own, drops this suitcase off in the middle of some railroad tracks, and the cops just like go and get it, and it's just a bunch of body parts. So I guess the girlfriend told the police that he admitted to killing Coley Lee Daniel because he was a sex offender. Like, that was the only reason. Didn't know this guy, nothing about him. Just killed him because he was a registered sex offender. And he had a list of people that he was going to go through, but he got caught. Yeah.
which is really the only bad part of the story.
Right. And that's pretty much what all the comments said. You're like, what?
And
We didn't see anything.
I know I love people are pulling the fucking what they did with what's his name, Luigi, and they're like, oh, he didn't do this because he was with me that night.
Right. Giving him alibis.
Yeah, I think that is I mean,
We were watching a movie at blah, blah, blah.
yeah. You know what people what else are we supposed to do with these people? A dead pedophile can't reoffend.
Right.
I mean, and people are like, well, but there's cases where the girl lies, or because of course it's always the girl that lies, or there's cases where they're 19 and the other party's 17, or okay, yes, you're right, there is stuff like that, but you guys, court records, they're public records. Like, you can, if you really want to find out the details of a case, you can.
Hmm.
And when we're talking about certain situations, yeah, kill them all, that's fine.
I'm wondering if the girlfriend is going to get in trouble because, okay, this article says that the girlfriend said Jones had her ride with him to the compound on March 21st to dump everything, though
Yep.
she told police she didn't know what was inside at the time. And then the other article I read from Fox 3 News, in I don't know what state it was from, said that he took her car when she was sleeping and put the suitcase of remains on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably not. If he backs her up and he's like, yeah, she didn't know anything, I don't know. They'll probably let her go,
Mhm.
honestly. Especially in a case like this. Again, you're talking about, they're the police. They have to make sure that justice is served,
Right.
no matter who you kill, and that's the way that is. However, I think they'll probably let her go in this type of. I mean, they should. They better.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
Do as much as you can for these people. And there's some people that are like, oh, he was just looking to kill somebody and he just used pedophiles as an excuse. And it's like, well, I don't know, that's a pretty damn good excuse to me. I
Right. Like, was your
still,
name on the list?
right. I still fail to see a problem here.
Mhm.
You know, again, I just find it unfortunate that, now I mean, because that is the thing about it. It's like, fuck it, kill them all. Because most of the time they do reoffend. I knew somebody who was in prison for a very serious crime, and not pedophilia, but something else. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But we were talking about pedophiles one day, and he's like, yeah, honestly, I mean, they just eventually murder because it's not really about them not being able to get laid or whatever. It is 100% a power exchange that they become addicted to, that they simply can't get with an adult person. And it's an impulse that they are addicted to, and they really can't be rehabilitated, so they're going to reoffend. But what happens is that they reoffend, they go back to prison for a minute,
Mhm.
2 to 6 years, usually. It's not very long. They are tortured in prison, but nobody kills them because nobody wants to spend the rest of their life in prison for killing somebody.
Right.
So instead of having that life, eventually they turn to murder because that's the only way for them to really get away with it, is to start murdering victims or holding them hostage. We see that, kids being kidnapped and kept for many, many, many years,
Yeah.
and they can't be let go because then you're gonna get. Nobody's just gonna let you go in that situation. It doesn't work that way. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, obviously, I'm here for it. We should have more vigilantes, but we should have, we should turn our backs on what they're doing.
Right.
Just saying.
Give him a little slap on the wrist.
Not even that. Just, oh yeah, someone killed this guy. Yeah, some of the other comments are like, oh yeah, looks like he accidentally killed himself and put himself in the suitcase, and
Right.
and I'm like,
Oh,
yep, it's exactly. But then people are like, well, that's someone's child, that's someone's uncle, that's someone's, whatever. And it's like, I don't know, man. I guess I'm just thankful I'm not in that position,
yeah, exactly.
because I just don't associate with those type of people. So I don't know.
It's all like, I don't know, when you put yourself in that situation and you think of your kids, like, okay, like, I'm glad he did that.
Right. I mean, as a parent, especially, obviously, again, we have a bias.
Mhm.
We're going to feel some type of way, but I don't know. I think you'd be remiss to find too many people who defend it.
Right.
Definitely most takes on social media about it are, oh yeah, well, fuck that guy. So
He needs to just say not guilty until there's a jury trial and someone's gonna be on his side, and then
yeah,
it's gonna be hung.
I hope so. I hope that's
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah.
Do
So
not admit to that shit.
nope, nope. But well, that's some good news. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the story I was looking for.
Okay, so we were
Okay.
looking for something completely different than what you thought you were looking for.
Well, yeah, because I thought it involved a woman, but there
Kinda.
is a woman.
His
Yeah. So
girlfriend.
maybe that's yeah. I don't know. Anyway, this is a crazy episode. Um, I'm excited to talk about it.
Okay.
I've been wanting to talk about this one for a minute because it is just, it tickles me to the core. I really,
It's
really,
right up
really,
your alley.
man, I really enjoy this. Um, there are going to be some videos in the description of this episode.
Ooh, you're putting
Uh,
them in, good.
yeah, because you have to see, you got to
Yeah.
see them. Um, I'm going to try to split them up because there are a couple of different videos that I think people should pay attention to. But either way, if you want to check them out, um, along this episode, or maybe you're busy, watch them later. Listen, you got to watch the videos.
Mhm.
You just you don't get it unless you watch the videos. So
Yeah. It's something.
on top of that, something is going to happen this episode that doesn't always happen every episode because I'm pretty good about sticking to the facts as close as we can get to them. However, this story changes a couple of times. So I am going to tell at least some of the multiple of events. So I could say it could be this or it could be that, according to the gentleman in question and the stories that he's told and has been documented telling.
I would just like to tell everybody listening right now that I absolutely had no heads up on this either. So me and you are in the same boat. And she did not discuss the outline of this episode with me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we probably should have, I guess. Well, but it's a complicated one because some details don't come out until later.
Right.
Like he had his initial story and then more
Yeah.
shit was added down the line and every time he told it got different and
Mhm.
anyway, so we're just going to try our best. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Our story starts in October of 1996 when Dr. Jonathan Reed is out on a walk with his golden retriever Susie in his home in Seattle, Washington. Now, Dr. Reed did this quite frequently with his pup Susie. They were very much, in fact, on the road. They were not off in the woods. They were just on a regular leisurely walk. I'm assuming Susie is unleashed.
I was
Because
assuming that as well.
I would assume that because what happens next is, they're kind of walking through, and Susie becomes just suddenly startled and starts darting into the woods alongside the road while she is actively barking. Now, Dr. Reed, I guess, was very startled by this because earlier they'd been on the walk, or maybe a couple days before they'd been on the walk, and he had noticed like maybe a bear in the area. And, while normally she would kind of dart off and chase after small animals and then come back, it was no big deal. He did hear sounds of, what sounded like his dog actively attacking something. So he's like, oh shit, that bear is back. And, he goes chasing into the woods after her. And what he comes upon is a creature that he describes as the size of a 12-year-old, wearing an all black suit that was vibrating. It also very much looks like, kind of a typical gray alien, almond shaped eyes, slit for a mouth, no real defined nose, but holes for nose. And we know this because eventually we see what this thing looks like. But this is where it starts already. Couple of different versions of what he says happened. So the vibrating's happening, and he's like, what the fuck, what's going on? In one story, he says that the creature ripped the dog in half.
Yeah.
The whole body, just rips it in half. In another version of the story, the creature rips the jawbone off of the dog. Either way, in either version of events, whatever happens, when the creature does this motion to said dog, the dog then disintegrates into a pile of white ash.
Yeah, that was the weird part, since the dog wasn't alien itself.
Usually dogs don't do that. Like,
Right.
You have to go to the crematorium for that.
Yeah.
He got it for free. That shit's expensive, especially with a golden retriever. That's pricey. It's like $300.
Yeah, it's a good amount of money.
So he should be thankful that the alien did it for him for free.
But I don't think the dog was ill.
Well, true. Fair enough. Well, I don't know. I think being ripped in half it's probably not much you can do about that.
But he would have been fine in one piece if he didn't stumble across this 12-year-old alien.
What was happening right before that point? I mean, again, he hears noises. Is the dog attacking the creature? I mean, there wasn't bite marks or anything on it.
Mm-mm.
So, anyway, okay, it's too early to poke holes in the story. So, the creature then turns to Dr. Reed, to Jonathan Reed, and starts moving towards him. Stares him down for a minute and starts moving towards him. And Jonathan's like, yeah, not today. It's not happening. And I like this part. So he grabs a massive stick and whacks the shit out of this thing. And it works.
Yeah.
So
Who knew we didn't need those guns in Mars Attacks?
right.
We just needed sticks.
Big sticks. Like, how big is this? How big is the stick?
Oh, the story I read said tree branch.
Well, that's a pretty big stick.
Yeah.
So he whacks this thing in the head with a stick, and like I said, it works, and it falls to the ground and appears dead, I guess. I mean, it's lifeless. It's not moving anymore. But this is when the fun part happens. So he actually has a camcorder on his person. I don't know why. He never says why. But he has a camcorder, and he pulls out the camcorder and starts recording the area. This is the part where, if you want to, there is a video that's about 1.5 minutes of exactly what I'm going to describe happening.
Yeah.
You can pause, check that out. Again, come back to it later. That's fine. We're going to talk about it. So, sorry, a minute ago I choked down my drink, and now it's still like not really leaving. I don't know what's happening. It tastes like white dog ash.
Mm. All right. He knows
Anyway.
you're talking about this story.
So he takes out his camcorder, he starts recording everything. What he also notices is this craft in the area. It's about probably about 5 feet in length. It's weird looking. You see it on video. Don't worry.
Yeah,
you
it's
see it.
definitely weird looking and brings up a lot more questions that I have.
It's very interesting. I have seen it described as a spike. I've seen it described as an obelisk. I've seen it described as a triangle. I don't really know. What do you... It looks like a shard of glass to me.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a slim, condensed black pyramid.
It's like a 4D diamond.
Yeah.
It's really strange, but flat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all black, and again, you can see it. He claims it's floating there. It's hard to tell if it's floating there or not. The footage is very grainy, but people have definitely edited some photos of it and stuff. All very easy to find. I'm sure we'll post them somewhere on the internet also. But it is interesting. But that's not the most interesting part of the video. There's children running through my hallways now, running from this creature, I guess.
Okay.
But anyway, the interesting part of this video is the fucking alien on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, because we get a lot of weird stories out there, but this guy, he comes in ready. He's got video evidence. And let me tell you, he sounds okay. So if you don't watch the video, like, do an experiment with me. Don't watch the video. Instead, just listen to it, but don't look at it. And you tell me that you can't take that footage and put it over a video of a man having a hard time during coitus.
I read a comment that said it sounded like a man hyperventilating because he's taken his first shit in like a year.
I thought of like erectile dysfunction because he's like
Yeah.
please work. And that's exactly what happens.
Yep.
But he does genuinely sound distressed. Like I said, if you do actually watch it, I mean, he seems upset, right? He's not having a good time. And he's saying please work because his camera starts like cutting it out and being weird and shit.
Yeah, I thought that was strange too.
And we hear that electrical interference with
Bigfoot must have been around.
Definitely Bigfoot. And he's trying, like I said, he's trying to get his own stuff to work, and he's just not performing well. He's having a hard time. Yeah. Anyway, it is interesting. So again, this is about a minute and a half of this goes on, and he's kind of trying to explain what happened in the video, but not really. But you can see the alien land there, and it's all grainy and stuff, and it's hard to see. And then you see the big craft, and it is very weird. So what does he do? Which I don't understand. Maybe he had like a backpack or something with him. Like, to me, okay, let me back up because I don't think I'm making any sense. He's out on a walk with his dog.
Okay.
He wants to take the alien with him, he decides. I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. First, let's talk about the craft and what happens with the craft, because some things happen there that, he claims happened, but you don't see it in the video.
No.
So he's hearing this weird humming sound, and it's coming from the craft, okay? And like I said, it's floating there above ground, and he says that the air around felt electrically charged. He touches the craft, and when he does, all of a sudden the humming just completely stops, and he reports that it was like a metal. It was like a cold metal, but as soon as he touched it, it was so cold that it burned him. Have you ever had so cold it burns before?
No, but I'm thinking, I just imagine the Christmas Story.
With the tongue?
Sticks his tongue to the pole.
Yeah, true. And that does hurt. I mean, I've had that happen with like my fingers.
Mm-hmm.
You get like wet fingers to touch an ice cube, and you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
this is my life forever.
Right.
I have an ice cube stuck on me forever. And if you rip it off, yeah, that shit hurts.
Yeah.
But it's described as like a kind of like dry ice, which I guess I've never touched dry ice before. So
No, but I have got ice pack burn, like putting it on my knee.
From being on there for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cold it burns. And he doesn't really, I mean, it's October in Washington. It could be cold out there, but not quite that cold. It's really weird. And it doesn't seem that the craft like stops floating or anything and just stops humming.
Okay.
So I don't know. But then he decides, I've got this alien here and it's dead. It's not doing anything. I'm going to take it with me and put it in my freezer. Which this isn't a bad idea. Like, this guy, he's like the dream, experiencer. Like,
okay, my question is going back to the craft.
Yes.
Did it look like that alien could fit into that craft?
No, not well,
exactly.
I don't know. It was so flat.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Maybe he rode on top of it like a surfboard?
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe it's like a Silver Surfer
Yeah.
thing.
I think so. It had to. It kind of looks shaped like that. That's what you would use it for.
Right.
That's a good question. Yeah, because you're right. He's not fitting inside of that thing. Not if he's
No.
the size of a 12-year-old. I mean, that's pretty sizable.
Like when I watched that video and then I saw the size of the alien on the table, I'm like, yeah, there's no way that it was inside of that unless it like gets smaller when it goes in and gets bigger when it comes out. Like,
Good. Yeah, that weird alien technology. Well, some people say it's like the thing in Doctor Who. The oh my god, what the fuck's it called? The phone booth thing.
oh, okay.
Because it's like big on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess there's other contactee stories that do mention, going into seemingly a super tiny craft that they didn't think, like a clown car. You don't think I'm not gonna fit into that thing, and then you get in there and it's huge on the inside. So it's some weird space technology.
Okay.
I guess I don't know.
I would like to pretend it's a surfboard.
I also really like the surfboard idea. The interplanetary surfboard. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, if we ever perfect space travel, that is the preferred method.
I guess it would have to be cold if it was a surfboard so it wouldn't like melt in like the atmosphere.
True. Yeah. It could be temperature controlled. That's why it's so cold. That would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. If any of this.
None of it makes sense, but we're going for some kind of reasoning here.
But no, I agree with you. Yeah, definitely. It looks like it more on top of something, or maybe there's like maybe it's like a glider, and instead there's like straps on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That could be like.
I mean, it was hovering.
It was, yeah, like a remote control glider, and so you got to get underneath it and like put it on your back, and we just didn't see that part.
Right.
So, he decides to, like I said, take this alien home, and he has one of those like emergency like thermal blankets, like the foil blanket.
That was my next question because that didn't even pop in my mind. I'm like, who just has like a space blanket laying around?
And that's
Like,
what I was saying. Like, he's out walking his dog, and we're just like assuming that this. I mean, he's just out. Like, that's not. You don't.
he wasn't even far from his house. There's no reason for a backpack with an
Right.
emergency kit in it.
You don't bring an emergency kit with you to walk your dog. It's weird. And especially a thermal blanket for what?
Mm-hmm.
I guess just in case you kill an alien while you're out and about. But he wraps it up in this thermal blanket, and the video we see of it eventually, not at this point, but later on we see another video. It's also like taped with like painter's tape.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so did he have that with him also?
Yeah.
Why?
I
Why did he have this? So when he goes to pick up the alien, which again is pretty small. I mean, it's not huge or anything, but it's pretty small. But he says that when he lifted it up, it was actually a lot heavier than what he assumed it would have been. It was actually really tough to carry, and that
yeah,
it
was
had
just
this
dead weight.
Right. Well, true. That's true. Dead weight is heavy, and it had this like chemical sulfury type of smell. And it's like, okay,
Like sulfur, like dead things have.
sulfur.
It's
Like
a ghost.
eggs. I don't think it's sulfur. I think like a rotten egg.
It's a demon.
It's obviously demons because that's the only thing that smells like that. And that and
Mhm.
Bigfoot, and it's not Bigfoot.
Right.
As
I've
far as
watched
we know.
Supernatural. All you need is a circle of salt and something iron to hit it with.
Okay, so maybe like something like a stick. Is what
An
you're saying?
iron stick.
The sticks really are effective here.
Right.
Listen, I just can't. We really got to stop and talk about this a little bit more because this thing travels the fucking universe to get here. Hundreds of years of sightings, the government trying to track this thing down, and he gets taken out by a fucking stick in the woods.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Yep.
That's what we're going with.
Silver Surfer got knocked down with a freaking stick.
So he takes the thing home and puts it in his freezer, right next to the frozen carrots and that frozen juice concentrate that nobody makes anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and the ice cream bars, right? So his dilly, he had a pack of dilly bars in there.
Oh, so he was close to civilization. There was a Dairy Queen around.
Yep. I'm just speculating what else this man has in his freezer next to his dead alien.
Right.
That's not really dead. We're gonna get there here soon, but spoiler alert, it's not dead. And he takes it home and he leaves it there, and he doesn't really know what to do. Right, his dog just got ripped in half and vaporized. He just killed an alien, and now it's in his freezer. And who do you call about that? Just call the police?
Yeah, I don't think Ghostbusters covers that one.
No, they just cover ghosts.
Mhm.
It's called Ghostbusters, not Alien Busters. And he tried to call Will Smith, but he didn't answer. So
He's a busy man.
what do you do? So, he kind of lets it sit there for about a day. And then the next day, he takes it out and decides to do a thorough exam of this thing with video.
Yeah.
And we have this video.
Yeah, we do.
Again, if you want to pause and go watch it, feel free. You don't need to. You can watch it later, but you gotta watch it. You got to. And this is where I have so many emotions about this damn video. So, it's a shot of this thing wrapped up in the fucking emergency blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts unwrapping it. And, the first shot that you see is like its legs and kind of torso and kind of arms before you see the face. And it's definitely wearing some type of black jumpsuit
Yeah.
of some sort. But immediately what you notice is that it doesn't really have feet
No.
or hands.
No.
Like, it does kind of. He kind of does a close-up shot of like what the hands are. And if you look at the feet, there's like kind of maybe something that's foot-shaped, but it's the same width as the leg.
Yeah, I didn't understand like what he was doing in the comparison of that.
Me neither. He was like throwing up gang
Just, like 3
signs.
fingers up. Like, is it a hoof? Like, I don't understand what you're doing.
I don't know what he was doing either. It was definitely sexual, though. I felt violated.
Right.
It's like I'm uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should rub one out or keep watching, or
Oh.
but it made me feel very uncomfortable. But it's when you first see the body and stuff, it's fucking hilarious, dude. Because like it's obviously a sock puppet.
Right. It
Like
looks
this,
like paper mache.
it's not even paper mache. It looks
the
like
face. The face
Oh,
looks
the
like
face,
paper.
the face. We'll get there. We'll get to the face.
Yeah.
But the body is like the dead giveaway for me. Like, this is not
It's like
real.
something you buy at Spirit Halloween.
It's not even that good. It's like your grandma took a couple of socks, she stuffed them, and she's put them together, and that's the body.
Because like even the video, okay, even though the video's grainy and stuff, can't you just like see it, like picture it, that black outfit is like the fuzzy outfit, like a onesie, like a kid's onesie.
And just the arm, the
And
armholes
you
and the
can
legs.
see like the black like fuzzy of it, and like
yeah, it's really bad. And but then he starts uncovering the face, and at first you don't really know what you're looking at. It just looks like a blob like on top. There's no definition to it, and that's just like the video quality of it. But it kind of takes a minute to start seeing the facial features. And I'll be honest with you, and again, I watch a lot of horror movies, like a lot of them.
right.
When you start seeing those facial features, it kind of creeped me out. I
It
was
just
like,
reminded me of paper mache.
it reminds me of like, how everybody's like, oh, the origins of like jack-o'-lanterns are actually like turnips.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like that, if it was like a carved turnip instead of
Gotcha.
just because it's just the way it looks. That creep me out a little bit. But it does have, and especially when you look at, not so much in the video, but you do kind of see it in the video a little bit, but more in the picture, because there are high quality pictures of this thing. But more in the pictures, the eyes have like a they like glow. And it's weird, because they're definitely glowing. So like in the video, because here's what people say about in the video, and I can kind of see it, but not really, is that it blinks its eyes, it moves its mouth,
Okay.
and it makes weird like gurgling noises.
Ooh, the eyes are glowing in the pictures.
They glow, right? So it's like if you had the flash on and that's a living creature, then like, yeah, you're gonna have that red eye.
Mm-hmm.
But also if he
And it's
made
got a turkey neck.
it does have a weird vagina neck.
Mm-hmm.
That weird old people neck. Yeah, it's weird. But I think it's just I won't say what I think it is just yet, but we'll get into it in a second. But if he just made the eyes out of some type of reflective material, like that would show up too, and that would show up on video, because it didn't make sense for the glowing eyes to show up on video, because there's not
Right.
flash on video unless it was a reflective material, or unless
Mhm.
I suppose if it was real, if the eyes are just glowing. But again, people claim that you can see it blink, and I can see that. Those first couple of shots that you see of the eye, you see the glowing eye, and then it kind of disappears and reappears and disappears and reappears, which is not novel technology. We have those baby dolls that you lay it down and it shuts its eyes,
Yeah.
and then you pick it up, and it that could be achieved with some type of very simple weight system. But I don't even think it's that. I feel like it's just the quality of the video is so bad that when the camera kind of moves around a little bit and refocuses,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it look like movement. But people say they could see it breathing. Again, that they hear the weird gurgling noises. All I can hear is this man once again breathing very, very, very heavy
Right.
and making me uncomfortable.
And honestly, you could see whatever you want to see if that's what you want to see.
Yeah,
Like if
I
I looked
mean,
at it hard enough and wanted to imagine that it was breathing, I would eventually see it breathing.
yeah, there's nothing about it that's like, oh my god, it's very obviously breathing and
Right.
blinking and moving its mouth. And
To me, it
we
looks like one of those Chinese lanterns with like a light inside of it, glowing its
yeah.
paper mache skin.
I mean, he starts when he moves the head, and people point this out. When he moves the head, if you move your head right now, your skin moves in a way, and kind of the base of your neck
Mm-hmm.
stays, for the most part, stays stiff. This thing, the whole neck moves
Oh
a
yeah,
little.
I thought he kept turning the head, like he was trying to like show us how far the head moves around or something. Because he just like turned that head like completely, and the
The
whole
head,
neck moved with it.
the whole neck, right? It's like it's not attached to
Mhm.
anything. So, I mean, if you cut your own head off, then yeah, you could just move it around like that. But you can't do that without, without that move. There's nothing that explains that movement at all,
Right.
except that head is not attached to that body.
Mhm.
And he never claimed to have cut the head off. Now, the head wound, because he does very much show the head wound,
Mhm.
looks pretty good. I thought it looked
Um,
pretty believable for a head wound. It's goop. It's kind of goopy. It doesn't really show it being too goopy, but there's like goop underneath it, right?
yeah.
And I guess it seems to bleed red like we do, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. You know, we
Um,
we've all
neither
seen The
do
Fifth
I.
Element. Obviously, alien blood is blue.
Well, yeah, because of like the weird oxygen, like and like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It wouldn't be red because they obviously we have like oxygen on our planets. That's what we breathe, but they wouldn't, right? So like the oxygen can't get to the blood and turn the blood red. I don't know.
Right? How does alien blood work?
I don't know. Will
But the wound
Smith,
looks good.
call us.
Right? The aliens that could come on the show and
One eight
explain
hundred weird.
77659 weird. Actually,
77659 weird.
yeah, 59 weird. Call us. Let us know how alien blood is red. Yeah, it was very interesting, but nonetheless, to me, to analyze it, like I said, I'm conflicted, because I could see the blinking and that mouth moving and the the stuff. I could maybe hear the gurgling. I mean, I could see how people would see and hear those things.
Mhm.
So you see it and you see the body and you're like, well, that's ridiculous. That's not real. And then you see it fucking moving its eyes and you're like, wait a minute. It's so confusing.
Yeah.
Not that I think that this is a real alien, but it's just like, how could you butcher the body so badly and then add those little details in there that kind of makes sense. I don't know. So it is interesting to say the least. The head itself, I don't think it's paper mache. I think it's latex.
Maybe.
I think it's just straight latex.
But all I know is that I'm looking at a picture of John Reed right now, like actual John Reed, and he knows how to do something with like makeup and like special effects because he got a full head of gray hair and the darkest brown mustache I have ever seen in my life.
And that's just he's doing the same thing. Like, why not just go all the way, John?
Right, exactly.
Like, if you're gonna die one, die the other.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna make the body and the head, make them both on equal quality. It's
Right.
like he made the head and then was like, well, fuck, now what? I'm out of money, I'm out of materials. Just throw it together. I don't know, but there's a lot of debate. People just think that there's no way that you could. We've heard this argument very recently, but there's no way that in 1996 anybody could have made a body of that quality. Nobody could have. Not possible.
There were horror movies and sci-fi movies in 1996. What the fuck do you mean?
There were horror movies made in the 70s with better effects than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
Come on now, people.
Jurassic Park had already been out.
Right.
For a
they
while.
made a dinosaur kingdom.
On practical effects. Like,
this made one freaking latex paper mache alien. You have one. Jurassic Park has a kingdom.
One of my favorite movies of all time, it's called Necromantic. And the body in it, one of the things I really love about it is that it's so low budget. Like, the budget on this film is like $2,000, but the body that they use in the movie is fucking phenomenal. It looks great. And again, that's on a $2,000 budget.
Like, the original Alien movie came out in 1979. That was an alien.
Right. So, I'm just saying, it's not, he's not doing anything that's impossible here.
No.
It's just, so far, it's been very, very, very creative. So,
he just knew how to autopsy an alien on a space blanket that he had walking his dog with a camcorder next to the house.
Now, I'll say all this. We find out about this story in 1998. He didn't make this video and immediately come out with it. We didn't find out about it until I believe the first time we ever heard him talk about it was on Coast to Coast with Art Bell. That might not be the first time, but it's definitely
That's what made it famous.
Right, what really propelled. And we all know Art Bell and Coast to Coast.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to the show, it's impossible for you not to know who that is. And he does like a 3-hour long interview and, explains all this. But I kind of wanted to get ahead of that a little bit because he will later go on to go back onto Coast to Coast and also make the circuit. He goes around and does all these lectures at all these UFO cons and he writes a book.
Right.
And, but he would eventually go back on a Coast to Coast and then like a massive part of the story gets added in later.
Mm-hmm.
But what he says happens is that during his examination of this creature, it very clearly started moving and started screaming. Now, he says that he had caught all this on video, but of course does not have that part of the video now. And
Where'd it go?
We'll get into why. Well, it got taken by the shadow government.
Sure.
And, obviously the best part of the video, which would prove that it's real.
But they left everything else.
Well, they just left the parts
that proved that it was alive.
Just left the parts that, that it was obviously look fake,
Okay, so this is my thing. Like, when I was doing like researching this, And I kept seeing, like, he did an autopsy of the alien. He did an autopsy of the alien. Okay, it was more like an examination, yes. But I was like, okay, well, what kind of doctor was Dr. Reed? Do you know what kind of doctor Dr. Reed was that knew how to do autopsy examinations on aliens?
Yeah, allegedly a psychologist
A
for John
child
Hopkins.
psychologist
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he does autopsies. That's what
on aliens.
child psychologists do autopsies all the time. What are you talking about? That's normal.
I don't think I would send my kids to someone that does child autopsies all the time when they're a child psychologist.
Well, he's also not really a doctor, but we'll get there.
I was just like, Jesus. I was so curious, like, oh, he's got to work like at a funeral home or be like a medical examiner. No, he's a child psychologist.
Somebody had mentioned, and I did listen to the original Art Bell episode,
Mhm.
and somebody had mentioned in a comment I didn't catch that there was at some point, I don't think it was in the original, I don't remember, but at some point, a scientist, backs Dr. Reed in, because I don't know if he saw this thing or whatever, but he said that he's a general scientist of science.
Wow.
It's just a general. He's just he's just a
Not
scientist.
even a specific like
No,
science genre, just a general scientist of science.
he's he's just
Awesome. I love these stories.
I almost said he's a Scientologist, but that's a totally different thing. But no, he's just a general scientist. You don't need to
Okay.
know his credentials. He's just general science.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
He's probably like a botanist or something, and it's like anyway. Not to make fun of botanists, good for you. Just this guy. So this thing wakes up, it starts screaming, and he puts it back into the freezer. But then it keeps screaming. And it wasn't just screaming in the freezer, it was telepathically screaming. Like he could hear it in his head screaming all the time.
Well, if it was screaming out loud, he was gonna hear it in his head anyways. Like,
Well, that's true, but he made it a point to let people know that it was telepathically screaming.
he should have brought other people in to see if they heard it screaming.
And he would frequently hear this thing screaming. It was kind of torturing him a little bit. This is the original Art Bell story, the
Okay.
first one. Because again, there's a big piece that's missing here, and we'll get there. But because it starts screaming all the time, he's like, man, this is miserable. But one day, the alien escapes from the fridge. He doesn't know how.
He opened the door
It just ran off. It's like, bye.
with his
See ya.
giant stump feet. He just kicked it really hard.
With his weird hoof hands or whatever.
Right. Okay. Another question that just popped up. If he has those weird freaking hoof hands, how did he grab the dog by the jawbone on each side and rip it in half?
I don't know.
He didn't have thumbs. Obviously, he showed us that.
I have no idea. None of this makes any sense. He did it with his mouth. I have no clue. Because you're right. He doesn't have fucking hands. So what is it? It's hooves or something. It's weird. Maybe 3 fingers. It might have 3 fat ass fingers. Is maybe what it's hard to tell what it's supposed to be. But anyway. So the alien runs out, right? And it leaves, and he goes chasing after it, and it runs out into the woods. Well, this was a bad move on Dr. Jonathan Reed's part, because for the couple of weeks that he had this alien body, he also noticed these strange white vans following him and hanging out at his house. And who is in these white vans, you may ask?
The Avon lady.
She's like, I noticed you got that sulfur smell going on. Let me get you this new scent from Skin So Soft. We've got this brand new haiku. My mom sold
This
Avon.
blue concealer will make those dark spots on his skin go away.
And we got stuff for the kids. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my mom sold Avon. It was quite the time.
My mom bought Avon.
Did she? Yeah, she did. She bought it for a minute. Then when you start selling it, then you start having everything Avon.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, it's not the Avon lady. It's some like men in tactical gear, like government officials.
Oh, they were in tactical gear.
Yeah,
They weren't in black.
No, not men in black.
Wow, I guess they don't have Cadillacs.
Well, right. The men in black drive black cars, not white cars. Duh. Everybody knows that.
So they are in tactical gear.
They're in tactical gear, not driving like armored vehicles, but white vans.
Painters' vans.
Yeah.
With the no windows.
With no windows. Free candy painted right on the side.
Yep.
So, as he goes to chase after this alien, he comes back to his home, and his home has been completely ransacked. And all of his evidence that he had tissue samples, he had many more videos and, things of this creature, pictures and stuff. They were all gone except for just these little couple of clips that he still had saved.
Question.
Okay.
Did they take the whole freezer?
I don't see anything in my notes that says that they took any of the freezer.
We can get DNA off that now.
True. Well, I'm sure once we suggest that to him, because he is very much still alive and around, he would probably...
With his dark brown mustache.
He would probably confirm that they did, in fact, take the freezer. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that they did, because that would be the answer, because, none of it was real. So
Why didn't Art Bell ask this question?
I think Art Bell got about halfway through and was like done with it.
Gotcha.
So on that first encounter, I forgot to mention this part. Oh my god, it's so important too. That first encounter, or that first show that he did with Art Bell, he plays a tape of the screaming of the alien. Because he doesn't actually have a video of it, but he's got a tape of it and he plays it. And it sounds horrifying, But like, how do you record telepathic screaming?
Huh, that's a question, isn't it?
Like, if it's not. But like you said, how would he know that it's telepathically screaming and not actually screaming?
Right.
Having a tape recording of it screaming tell you, oh, it's not actually in my head, it's happening.
Right. It's just like Dr. Jonathan Reed standing in front of the freezer in pink slippers and a bathrobe with his mom's lipstick on, screaming into a tape recorder.
Not even that, it's just the freezer making a weird noise.
The ice machine. It's dry.
He's like, I never heard that before. It must be the alien. Meanwhile, it's just his mom bought a nice big old cut of beef tenderloin, and that's what's in there.
Right. It was already bad, so it smells like sulfur.
But yeah, you can hear that clip of it screaming telepathically, of course. So I don't know how that works.
Oh, every time I played, they'd be like, "Can you hear it too?"
Oh my gosh! Probably back in the 90s, they had those telepathic recorders that you could buy.
Right.
At fucking Radio Shack.
It's kind of like what you can only hear ghosts talk into.
Oh yeah, like the
It
AVP
only picks
recording.
up telepathic screaming. It was such like a high demand back then.
Everybody had one. Don't you
Nobody
remember?
needed them anymore. That's why Radio Shack went out of business.
I never caught screaming on mine, but obviously it's because there was no telepathic screaming that was happening
Right.
around me. Okay, that's what he says. I mean, I'm just telling you what the man said. Okay.
I get it.
So so they take everything and then now his life has never been the same. He's constantly followed by these men in white vans, I guess. I don't know what they want from him now.
It doesn't even sound cool.
Men in white van.
At least the men in black sound cool.
Yeah, right. Man in white van does not sound white van man. I don't know. I'm trying to make it sound cool. It's not
A
working.
man wearing white vans. He was just walking down the road in white vans. They were stalking his house.
He's like, there he is. He's
And
here
he
again.
was going fishing. He was in tactical gear.
The fucking freezer starts screaming again. He's like, oh my god, it's back. But yeah, these men keep following him around, and he's got to go into hiding because obviously, he's not doing anything wrong now, but he was, I guess. And his life has never been the same. Anybody that lays their eyes on any type of evidence that he has ends up dead. He's lost several friends over this.
Can you give us a list?
Well, so I'm sure he has lost several friends over this. I just don't think they're dead. I just think they're dead to him, or
Okay,
rather,
that makes more
he's
sense.
dead to them.
Talk to him. He's crazy. Don't talk to Uncle Johnny.
He's the, and then the most important thing of all, of course, is that the government has erased his credentials as a doctor.
Really?
Oh yeah, they have completely wiped away any proof at all that he's a doctor.
You mean this man's not allowed to work with children anymore?
Right. John Hopkins? No, yeah, not according to the government. They wiped it all clean. They can do that type of thing.
Is it a coincidence that the clown's name was John too?
Oh. I think he was dead by that point. I think
He
Gacy
might have
was.
been. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when. Oh, well, he might have been put to death.
I
In
don't know the
2000.
Gacy timeline.
Not by heart, huh? That's
No, not by heart.
look that one up.
No, it's a pretty cool story, but
So, years start kind of going. Not years, but time starts going by.
oh,
and
he died in '94.
Gacy did.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, yeah. So before his time.
maybe he was the alien.
When they put the fucking needle in his arm, he just evaporates.
Yeah.
White ash. Everybody's like, well, I guess that's the end of that. That's if you serial kill a bunch of boys and in death you get your own Silver Surfer style surfboard and weird powers, telepathic screaming powers. So he goes on tour. Like I said, he's telling a story everywhere, and people want to talk to him and hear a story. And because especially back then, I mean, people like these videos, and not everybody could just see these videos. Like there was internet, but it wasn't like it is now. So you actually had to go like to his lecture, like to the conference to go like see the videos that so it was like a PT Barnum kind of situation. Come see the amazing alien video. And
Okay.
people would line up to do so he's getting popular. But then he goes back onto Coast to Coast and talks to Art Bell some more. And this is when a major piece of the puzzle that he was missing, the story that he never talked about before, is so weird. He just kind of forgot this little tiny little detail. He says that the alien, when he killed it, when he thought he killed it, had some type of bracelet on. Okay, the silver bracelet, and he takes it back with him, and he obviously takes the bracelet off of the creature and puts it on himself. And when he did that, the creature, that's when he could now hear the creature telepathically start screaming. He says that putting on that bracelet created some type of special bond between him and the creature. And it's very vague about what the powers of this bracelet are exactly.
There were
As
no powers because if you had it recorded, I could hear the alien screaming, and I didn't have a silver bracelet on.
Right, I heard it. I listened to it.
Mhm.
And but like I say, he's very vague about it. But there's this video of him, okay, explaining the bracelet. And this is where it just it completely fucking falls apart. So he actually ended up getting really big in Mexico.
Hmm.
And there's a guy, a quote unquote ufologist in Mexico, and South America, that people are familiar with in the community. His name is Yami Musan.
Okay.
And if that name sounds familiar to anybody, and it probably doesn't, because I
Does.
think probably everybody sees it and they assume it's Jamie. It's Yami. He is the alien mummies guy.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Remember the alien mummies that we've
Mhm.
never heard anything about ever again?
Yeah.
That's him. He's kind of known for bullshit. He kind of meets up with Jonathan Reed and Dr. Jonathan Reed, and he kind of starts making a name for him in other countries. And so there's this video clip of him that I can't really figure out if it was done in front of a live audience or but it was recorded, and it's the goofiest shit. Again, go watch it in the description.
Is there
Where
applause in the background and stuff?
there is, yeah, there is. It's really. It's it seems like it's added to the video, but
Telepathic applause.
it's telepathic applause, yeah. But he explains this bracelet, and he's explaining that he shows it, and it's looks cheap as fuck. It looks like one of those plastic rings you get out of the fucking machine or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Or a bracelet, because just the way it shines.
Mhm.
And he's explaining, you put it on, it's like a bangle bracelet, and on the inside of it, which he doesn't show, but on the inside of it are these needles.
That
And
connect to your skin. Or
right,
your
they pierce your
system.
skin.
Mhm.
So you put the bangle bracelet on, and it pierces your skin, and that's how it makes a biological connection with you, because science, and because he's a scientist of science.
You could easily prove if he was lying or not. Just be like, "Can I see your wrist?"
Can I see the inside of the fucking bracelet? It doesn't even show the inside of the bracelet.
Oh, if he was wearing that thing, his wrists are all fucked up.
Oh, right. They gotta know the heel right away, probably. But you could even lift it. It's a bangle. It's a bangle bracelet is open. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe a bangle isn't. Bangles you just slip on. I don't remember, but it's open on one side. You
Yeah,
just
I know
slip
what you're
on.
talking about.
And so, you could just kind of barely lift it up and see it penetrating
Mhm.
his skin. But he he puts it on and he makes this big fucking to do about what's happening with his body. He's like, well, first there's a tingling sensation, and then all of a sudden you feel it in your chest. You feel it in your chest, and then all of a sudden, and then it cuts to the worst, very 90s special effects you've ever seen in your entire life, where these light orbs are on screen, and he disappears.
Did he know that he was gonna disappear? Has his bracelet done this before?
He doesn't say. He's even before it happens, he's sometimes it doesn't work. It only works when it wants to.
It was made in China.
Yeah, it only works when it wants to. And I guess it's some decision. He's I think he says, I think this is a way that they communicate with their leaders.
Okay.
And can't. So
I think I know where you stand on this story.
I love it. I think it's great.
It is.
So he disappears, and you wait a couple minutes, and that's when the applause and shit is happening. And then that weird light effect happens on the screen again, and he reappears, and that's it. It's 5 minutes long.
The man abducted by the Dolphin King Gerald had a more solid story than this guy.
And he wasn't even a real person.
Right.
Oh, but like I said, he just forgot to mention this fucking weird, freaky bracelet. And then I don't really know what happened to it. I think eventually he says that the government people, the men in white bands, stole it also. Because that's the easiest explanation for any of this, So, again, he's making the UFO rounds. It's just kind of getting weirder because then he starts saying that, like, even though the alien, so he's saying that, like, while he had the alien friend, which he doesn't really say how long he had it for in the freezer, but he would say that, like, sometimes, like, it could easily get out of the freezer. Like, it was healing itself in the freezer and it could get out on its own, whatever. And he had caught it one day outside of the freezer and it just went and got right back into the freezer on its own.
Because it was so afraid of him.
I don't.
He's got another stick.
Because he had the bracelet, maybe? I don't know. I don't know why he did this.
He had it long enough where he nicknamed it Freddy.
Yes, he gave it a name. It was Freddy. Then the story kind of changed a little bit more about how it escaped. Eventually, of course, it was taken by the government people.
Of course it was.
It wasn't that it ran away. Yeah, it's that it was taken by the government people. I don't, but then he goes on to say that him and Freddy continued to have a great relationship after that and spoke telepathically all the time.
Yeah.
They always talked and kept in touch. And so people just couldn't take it anymore. And, they started really digging into this guy. And there's this guy, I can't remember his actual name. I should have wrote it down, but he has like this website. It's called like UFO Watchdog or something like that. And he had listen, this guy fucking hates Jonathan Reed, hates him.
Mhm.
Okay. It's not even just about like being a good researcher and like trying to prove fake shit. Like there's a vendetta because he has a whole fucking website about how much of a shitty liar this person is. So this guy actually goes and does his due diligence with research. And, Jonathan Reed, he's in the public eye. Like, he's definitely out and about and doing shows and stuff. He's on the run from the government, but that doesn't stop him from showing up in Nowhere,
Right.
Michigan to do a conference, a UFO conference.
He's the star of.
Right. But the government would never find him there.
Right. It's too easy.
But like I said, he's out there, and this UFO watchdog guy, he finds out that, oh my god, guys, his name's not actually even Jonathan Reed, and he's not a doctor.
No.
What? I know, right?
Did the man even have a fucking dog?
There's speculation that he not only didn't have a dog, but was very allergic to dogs.
From
people
that should be a charge right there.
knew lying about having a dog or your dog dying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So viciously.
That's fraud. Yeah, straight up. Like,
That's
you're committing
some kind of animal cruelty.
You're committing fraud.
I'm surprised PETA didn't get involved in this case.
So, we find out that his name is actually, it is Jonathan, but it's Jonathan Bradley Rudder. And even with the real name being discovered, the other gentleman never found any proof that he was a doctor of any kind. And Rudder says, well, of course I went by a fake name. I'm running from the government. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's his,
I
and
got nothing. Yeah.
And I already told you guys, the reason why I'm not a doctor is because they scrubbed all my information.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's it. That's his out, basically. And again, this UFO guy goes on to make a whole website. I will share that website with you guys. talking about different key players in this thing, who they are, how they have a relationship, and just, I mean, really outs this as a complete fabrication. We didn't need all that information to know that this wasn't real.
Yeah.
But he goes above and beyond and, proves it unequivocally, without a doubt, why this isn't real. There's claims made again that, there's no tissue samples. Oh, by the way, now there's a tissue sample. Oh, it got taken by the government. Oh, we found another one. I mean, he's doing everything that he can to continue to stay relevant. And he does eventually write a book about the entire experience. If you do want to read it, you can, but there's no reason to.
This comment on the video says, sounds like a Diddy party.
Please work. It really does. Turn your volume down or turn it up, depending on the type of person you are. Just don't do it in public.
So aliens love H&M long sleeves fashion. I can't. Sorry, I was just. Some of these are hilarious.
Well, here's something interesting that I will share about video comments. Because I like to go through them too and read them and see what people say about it. And they're good. But when I was going through the videos, I came across a comment that was from 13 years ago.
Okay.
13 years ago would have been 2023, and I'm sorry, 2013. And I've told this story before on the show, but we're gonna tell it again. Maybe we got some new people. Maybe you guys forgot. Let's talk about it. So while I'm sitting there reading the comments, there's a comment from 13 years ago, and all it says is null, Null, null.
Okay.
Why is this relevant to me? It was just so fucking weird to see this. So back in probably about, Will's listening. Will, you know this. You know the story better than I do. Back in probably about 2011 or so, I had a friend at the time who received a text message from herself that was dated for the future.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah. And all it said was null, Null. And it was like, and I don't remember like what the date was, but it was like not that far. You know what I mean? Like in the grand scheme of things, it's like, well, shit, it wasn't like the year 3000. It was like something in our lifetime. It was like, well, fuck, that's going to happen. And I don't know if the date ever passed. I don't know. And I can't remember, and I know Will doesn't talk to her anymore if he doesn't have to. So I'm not going to make him go and ask her, but
right.
But, yeah, it was bizarre. It was so weird. And, I don't know. I don't know whatever came of it. And it was weird because, like I said, this was a comment that was like 13 years ago. And that was like almost right around that same time that she got that text message. And it was like, what the fuck? Why does this haunt me? Like, I swear to God, every little bit, and I've talked about it on the show enough. Every little bit this topic comes up, and I don't know what it means. Maybe it means nothing, but it's just, I don't know. It's a lot more interesting story than this guy. At least it's true.
Right.
I don't know if it's more interesting. That's the frozen alien's pretty cool, but this was also the same girl who closed her hand completely in the car door, and then it was fine.
Oh wow!
Like she grabbed the top, like where, like she had her window down, and like she grabbed the top of, like where between like the window and the door part,
yeah,
and then slams the door closed. It completely fucking closes completely, and she looks at me, and I'm looking at her, waiting for her to react. And she just starts busting out laughing and then has to fucking unlatch the door handle to open it. And it's fine. Her hand's fine.
What?
Yes. This car door completely closed on her hand and it was fine.
Oh, no.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like in person, anything. And I've seen the fucking Mothman, you guys. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Should not have been fine after that.
It was fine.
That's crazy.
And there's this theory, because at the time I was a college student and I was in college actively for astrophysics. And there's this theory in physics where you can take an object and hit it on the same exact spot over and over again. So the sample that they use in class is like you can take a pencil and hit that pencil against the desk in the exact same spot over and over again. And there is a very slim chance, but a possible chance, a very slim chance that you're going to hit it at such a perfect spot that the atoms in those two objects will merge together and you can actually hit that pencil through that solid object desk.
Oh wow.
And so I'm like, is that what happened? Did that happen? It's fucking
I mean,
crazy.
at least that's an explanation.
Because I can't think of anything else. People are like, well, but there's soft things, there's like padding and stuff. No, guys, I understand, but it closed completely on her fucking hand. Like that should have, at minimum, separated all the joints in her fingers. At
Right.
minimum.
Like
You know.
that's a scientific explanation that can probably be backed up by scientific things, not men in white vans.
I just find every chance I get to tell the car hand story. But yeah, the Knoll thing was interesting. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if that means anything. I just thought it was weird. I was like, oh, it's fucking weird. But who knows? I don't even. That date has probably come and gone by now, and nothing happened. So I don't know. But yeah, this. I mean, I don't. He still comes around every little bit. Claiming, changing the story up just a little bit, claiming that he's being chased by the government, gang stalked, and this, that, and the other. There's just so much to this that doesn't make sense. I mean, like, obviously, having an alien body in your freezer, like, that's far-fetched. But, sure, why not? It could happen.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, why wouldn't you just
It's
call
unlikely.
somebody if you like have an alien? Like, what are you
Anybody.
literally gonna do with it? What do you know what to do with? You're just gonna keep it in your freezer forever?
Cook it up. Some good eating right there.
Maybe it already smells like sulfur. Ew.
I mean, I don't know. I don't I don't know what his plan was, but maybe you kill an alien or maybe you kill a Bigfoot or something, right? A ghost, I don't know, and you put it in your freezer. Again, that part I don't find too unbelievable.
Like
It's just
the
everything
guy that
else.
tried to sell his trapped ghost in a mason jar on like Craigslist.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that shit happens all the time. And people buy it.
Right.
So I mean, gosh, it does happen. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. It's a lot of fun.
It's a crazy story. It's crazy.
It's a crazy story. It
It's good.
absolutely 100% is not true.
But it's just like the what's the Dogman one we watched?
Oh man, the Dogman one. Oh, the Gable film.
Yeah, the Gable film. Like
Yeah.
people believe it's real and will fight
Right.
you for it.
Yeah. Same thing with this. There's tons of people that
That's
defend
what
it.
I'm
They're like,
saying. Like there's people that believe this is real.
yeah, they think this is real, and it's not. It's not real.
Like I am all for like saying it like out loud, like when I don't know if something's real or not, and I'll give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'll give them credit when I can't come up with anything. But this is so fake.
I want this to be real so fucking bad.
Right.
It's so fun. It
It's just
it
like
is.
the Gable films. You want it to be real so bad.
But it's just not. It's
Because
just,
the guy who made it said it's not.
it's just not. No, I've heard rumor that he has admitted that this is a hoax before. I've heard
Well,
people.
they proved it on that show, Fact or Faked, Paranormal Files or something.
They did. Yeah, it was featured on that show. I didn't. I should have watched that, but I did not.
I
wanted
watched
to.
it a long time ago, like when it first came out, because I think it's Ben Hansen, right? Fact or Faked?
I don't know.
I think it is, but like here, I wrote it down. They it was in 2010, Fact or Fake Paranormal Files. They recreated the Reed video nearly shot for shot, demonstrating that it was possible to replicate the footage. They also conducted a voice stress test on Reed, suggesting signs of deception.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could definitely recreate. I mean, the coolest part was definitely the craft or whatever, the surfboard
Right.
in the video. That was probably the most impressive. It's not like it's crazy impressive or anything because again, immediately underneath it is like foliage.
Right.
So all you'd have to do is make something in that shape, and I don't even think he made it. I think it's something that he found in a junkyard and just laid it flat. That was
Mhm.
it. But that was, again, the most impressive thing of the whole thing. I mean, they just kind of proved that you could create these objects, which is easy,
Right.
not difficult. But there's people that think that like the bracelet part of the story, like the reason why that came out later and they made that goofy ass video was because the government people convinced him to do it to discredit him
Oh yeah.
because the rest of it is obviously very real.
This guy says the video sounds like sex on the McDonald's diet.
Oh.
It's
even
just-
even the him examining the alien part, it's like, why are you breathing like that, dude? Like,
right. Like okay, I can guess like adrenaline's going through your body. You just hit this alien with a stick and you're hoping it doesn't come up and vaporize you like it did your dog. So you're like freaking out, man. But come on, dude.
right, but then continue later to
Have a telepathic like bro relationship with it.
the whole thing is like I said, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I enjoyed telling you guys about it because I think a lot of people don't know about this one. Not that it changes anything because it doesn't.
Like weirdly enough, and I don't know why, but when I turned on the video and watched it, like I've watched them before, and I have no idea why. It had to have been something coming from you, like,
Thank you.
like I don't know why else I would have watched these videos before, but I knew what it was as soon as I turned it on.
It might have been, and I've been a little remiss about telling the story. Just because like I don't, I am a serious researcher. There are things that happen in this world that are unexplained and interesting, and I really want to give you guys a reason to kind of question everything.
Mhm.
Right? I mean that is ultimately the goal of the show. But you know what? Sometimes I just like to fucking party and talk about the fun stuff, and this is the fun stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
this is it tickles me. I've got the silliest goose humor in the entire world, and this just really itches, scratches that itch for me. So, I wanted to squeeze it in somewhere. And we've kind of been doing a lot more of that, is talking about things that are even weirder and kind of outside of the box. And I thought that this would be fun to kind of
Yeah.
talk about. And it's important. Even the fake stuff does matter. It
Well, like
does.
this one's on the same level as like, and it's awesome. Like it's on the same level of the guy who like had a relationship with the alien, but then like painted portraits of her and stuff. You know
Yes.
what was his name?
David Huggins.
Yes, Huggins.
Yep.
Like it's the same kind of like
Love and saucer.
comedic relief of a freaking story that you just need the right amount of weird, and then
We're definitely going to cover him one day because you know what? I don't think that David Huggins is 400% bullshitting. I'll say that.
like
Not as much as this. This is like clear cut, obvious. Like with David, we
honestly,
don't know.
I feel like kind of like sympathetic or like bad for David Huggins because I kind of believe him too.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Them alien titties don't lie.
Right.
And he paints them in such great detail. He's had to have seen them before.
Yeah.
I'm just
Like
saying.
he's got a whole alien family.
He's a lot of alien family. No, we're definitely going to cover that one day. That one's wild. But like I said, that one's not, at least that one, like maybe there's something there. This one, there ain't nothing there. This guy, he just wants attention. It was the quickest and easiest way he could get it. He made this up. It was good. It was fun. It's a great story.
He could have like did commercials and stuff for like the men's like hair color.
Yeah, for the Just for Men.
Yeah, just for the facial hair.
and worn a hat.
Because
The
for
rest
some
of
reason he didn't touch the hair on his head, just the facial hair.
but there is evidence that right before he debuted all of this information, he did write some type of fictional alien screenplay or something.
And no
And
one
that
wanted it, so this
no
is
one
how he
wanted
got
it.
famous.
Yep. And then that also after this all came out, he was trying really desperately to get a movie deal, a book deal. And then nobody wanted and still wanted it. So he wrote his self-published his own book, which is nothing wrong with self-publishing. I do it, keep it small, keep it all. But the fact that he tried and nobody wanted it,
Mhm.
it's hilarious. So, there's definitely motive there, to fake all of this. He definitely had some type of monetary gain, some type of fame, as famous as you can get for shit like this. But I don't know. There's more worthy ways to spend your time getting famous on something else. This ain't it.
Yeah.
I guess you'll be famous in this community, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, everybody in the UFO community is gonna know about him.
Right. I mean, it's not, it ain't that big of a deal to be on the top of this community.
Now the rest of the people in the community know about him because they listen to us.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. So now everybody knows.
Right.
We made him more famous inadvertently. But you know what?
Mhm.
I had such a good time. This is hilarious.
Yes.
Just love it. Again, it was a good story. I would watch a movie based off of him faking this whole thing.
As long as it was like a better quality movie.
Yeah. Like than his own.
Yeah.
No, if he would just admit that it's fake, like I will help fund a film about him faking this, and then how it.
Not until after June.
No, not until after.
You're not going to help anybody do anything until after June, okay?
You're right, I'm grounded. I forgot. Fuck. You don't let me do anything fun. But good
Respect your
point.
elders.
Right. But Mr. Rudder, reach out. I'm not going to call you Dr. Reed. You're not a doctor. That's like stolen valor. Like you can't. I don't know. Maybe don't reach out. Fuck off.
Yeah, there's just our Bell already got the story. We're good.
Yeah, that's true. No one's gonna do it better. That's for sure. But any final thoughts on the frozen of the alien in the freezer?
It's just like the title of it, like it's comedic relief. I don't know. I everybody's heard what I had to say about it I have so many questions, so many ridiculous answers, and I guess if you really want to know what I really think, telepathically, like figure it out.
You got to get
I'm telling you right now.
Recorder from the 90s. Yeah, you got to get
Put
it
on
out.
your Pandora bracelet, and we'll connect.
Your Pandora bracelet. Oh my gosh. Go get your Avon Skin So Soft. Put it on.
Yep. Before you put on the bracelet, because you don't want any lines on that skin.
You gotta be moisturized. It's you don't want to look like a paper mache alien.
No.
And go get your Together album, just in case.
Yes.
You gotta have some nice. You can probably hear some telepathic screaming in the background of the songs
while you play "Rub One Out." It's a soundtrack for the Frozen Alien video.
Rub One Out, yep.
That's such a perfect match. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad we talked about Together.
Yeah. See, it fits somehow.
Yep. It's weird how that worked.
Well, go check if you haven't yet. Go check out those videos. Definitely watch them. You guys got to see this shit. It's crazy, and we have a real. I'm not gonna say it, but we do have a
good one.
We have a big treat next week. Yeah,
a big one.
So we are gonna have another special guest, but not in the way that you think. So it'll be, if you like men and white vans, just wait until.
All right.
So you hear what we have in store for you next week. Yeah, with that being said, make sure that you're joining the Facebook group, Wednesdays We Talk Weird. Make sure that you join the patreon.com/Wednesdays Talk. You guys
Yeah,
definitely
I just put up chapter 2 of the book yesterday. So
there's new content happening. You want to get in on our monthly meetup. It's the last Thursday of the month, every month.
yep, the painting is on my counter, ready to go to the mailbox tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the one from last month?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we post it? We posted that on
Yes, I
page.
did when we picked the winner. So I
Perfect.
posted it up there.
Yeah, go check it out. See what the possibility you get entered into winning an original painting every month based off of one of the shows that we talk about. And I just can't even begin to imagine what the next one might be.
You never know. I can
So,
tell you it's not going to be about the Philadelphia experiment.
not this time. You already had it finished and everything ready to go.
In my head, I did. That's the sad part.
Oh. Well, you have to go back to the drawing board, rub one out while
All
you're
right.
thinking about it, and you'll come up with something.
Damn you, Montauk, and your stupid experiments.
All right,
That have
guys. Well,
nothing to do with prison.
not this time. All right, y'all. Well, with that being said, we will see you back here next Wednesday.